Welcoming back all of you Tauruses and everyone that is under the influence of the sign of Taurus for this general reading for the second week of February in 2017. I hope you are all doing very well. I hope you are all in a place of abundance and peace at the present moment. Again, I wanted to take just a quick minute to thank you for all of your likes and all of your views and all of your feedback. So far, since I've started, it looks like I'm being received quite well and being able to help quite a few people. And that was my goal when I started donating my time and efforts to doing this. So I want to thank you for being you and being where you're at. We're just asking Tarot now for messages for Taurus. Messages for Taurus for second week of February 2017. Messages for Taurus, second week of February 2017. Yes, indeed. No, I really appreciate it. I think Taurus views, I get the most views from Taurus. I think Capricorn's catching up. And Virgo and Scorpio too, maybe. I don't know. So here we go. Let's get some cards out here. And let's see what's going on for you guys. I always like reading for you guys. I had to back the camera up. I hope you can all see the cards there. As I got fisheye lens in for Pisces, and I like it so much, I just keep it there. All right, so I got a 5 of Cups at the bottom of the deck for overall energy here. So this is kind of wild. This is showing someone not seeing the forest for the trees. Someone being maybe a little bit too focused on something, and that progression is being delayed because of too much focus, narrowed focus, I guess we'd say. But we'll try and relate back to that at the end of the reading. We'll put it off to the side for now. Some of you will know what that card is about in the 5 of Cups, how it relates back to you. But for now, let's just take a look at our 7 major areas. So in the house of grounding, we have a 6 of Pentacles. So this card relates to fairness and how we are treating others and how others are treating us. I feel like some of us might be thinking a lot about that these days and into the second week of February. This can speak to material possessions and physical success. The fact that this is kind of in a root chakra position, it could be showing that some of you might be facing situations where you're maybe caught up in a bit of a fear-based consciousness due to lack rather than realizing the abundance that is around you. This card shows the one lady giving the wealth to one other lady while the other lady is not receiving anything. But when I look at this card, I think that all 3 ladies are the same person. So it's more of a thought process that's going on where it's where is your mind at? Do you feel like you're lacking and you're afraid of not having enough, or are you kind of more in a position of abundance, right? So anytime there's a pentacle in a root position, I think it's very good. I think it's an earth element, so it is grounding. It does speak to material type stuff, and it does speak to lack versus abundance and the progression of material earthly success. So for Taurus, that's kind of where you're typically rooted to begin with. So here I think for the second week of February, we just kind of really got to watch our thinking when it comes around the areas of our money and our personal success. Not that we have to worry about money, we just have to worry about worrying about money, right? Does that make sense? Yeah, right. Okay, area of creativity, we have a number 12 major, the Hanged Man. So here, the Hanged Man, this is the card traditionally in tarot that is the fate card. This is the card is there are things beyond our control. There's a whole world of stuff out there that could affect us that we don't have any control over, predestined type stuff, going back to Akashic records, and you see Odin's crows there, just kind of watching over the scene, knowing this person's in limbo because something greater is planned for this person. And I think this might relate back to here because you're attaining material success, but part of you is knowing it might all be not for naught because life can change at any moment. I might be on the wrong path or be fated or determined to do something else. So when you're faced with this hangman, it's always important to remember that there's always growth through this. That like this happens for a reason. This uncertainty and this having to wait and being fated on certain situations happens for a reason in our lives. And it is so that we can grow and mature. But the other thing here is to know that there is protection there for you, through the universe, through source energy, through the greater good, as it were. The fact that this is showing up in creativity, I think it just more so speaks to some of you might be like uncertain about where you're at in terms of like your enlightenment process. I feel some of you have like very like earthly based existences. You're out there, you're living, you're getting it done. But there's this part of you that's like desiring to become like this spiritual guru, and you're like wondering if it's ever going to happen, or life is ever going to give you that break to like go and journey across the sea, or like go and like spend some time exploring these other sides of yourself because the demands of life are so heavy. So that's why I think maybe this hangman is showing up in this creative center as well. For some of you, this could be like starting a family, especially for singles. Like you're questioning whether like starting a family, if you're ever going to start a family, if you're ever going to have kids, that kind of thing. And some of you may decide not to. Some of you like might not have a choice, like because you'll succumb to like the feeling of your partner, or where you're meant to be. So this could be like people creating, and this could also be like life path creating type stuff here with this hangman. So kind of interesting to see there. That's a bigger energy hovering around your creative center. Some of you there. We'll leave that be. We'll leave that be here, because we could ponder this till the cows come home and only end up with more mixed messages. The hangman is just says, chill out, just wait. The answers are gonna come. The clear direction will come, but you can't see it right now. We're not allowed to know. Okay. All right. King of Pentacles in your gut instinct card. Wow, here we go. This is you. This is you and your success. This is you living your life this week. And this is you enjoying what you have. Whatever you've created for yourself here, I think, especially towards the weekend, and just like kind of towards the end of the week, yeah, this is you really like maybe going out and like getting something for yourself that you really enjoy. Or it's like reinvesting back into yourself. So if you're like own your own business, that kind of thing, I see you making purchases or investments that are like directly related back into your business. So you got money going out, but it's material coming back in for more generated success. Very cyclical with this one. Okay, this one here as well. It could be some of you desiring going back here. Some of you could be feeling a little bit lonesome this week. I got the Valentine's Day blues, so to speak. But many of you are smart enough to know it's just a Hallmark holiday anyways. There's no need to get caught up in that mental conditioning and all the advertising and all the BS, right? But it's still, it does have a little bit of an effect, pulls your heartstring a little bit. But this is a good spot to have in your gut instinct. It shows that like you're pretty unmoved. This is stable energy. This is good, forward, stable energy. So I like that card for that position for you, Taurus. In Sacred Heart, we have Queen of Swords reverse. Oh my goodness. So this here again, wow. So some of you might be looking at situations here where you got a wife or a husband or a partner that there might be a little bit of conflicting over this investment back into your business versus going out and maybe like getting them something really nice, right? Or you'll be like, where's my surprise? If you're checking this out, maybe your partner's a Taurus and you're an air sign or someone with air in your chart, you might be thinking like, oh, where's my surprise? But it might not come because they're going to be like, no, I spent that 2G on some new tools or something like that, right? Go back into the business. So it might lead to like a little bit of butting heads there. So this air energy and this like, it's showing here that you may as well, if you're internalizing, You might need to be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more aggressive coming this week in dealing with situations. This could be negotiations around getting the best deal. This could be negotiations around, solidifying areas of risk and liability in your life, that kind of thing. For this Queen of Swords reversed to show up in Sacred Heart, again, speaking back to what I was thinking of, like, some of you might be thinking, well, it might be nice to have a special friend in my life, but maybe now is not the right time. There's a bit of confusion going on here, Taurus, with these energies in your base chakras leading up into the heart. This here speaks to me like we need a little bit more open heart energy. We can't just kind of keep that part of ourselves kind of buttoned up tight. Sometimes we really got to open it up, and somebody might be coming along to force you to do that here this week or in the very near future. Okay, this is a tough one to see into in Sacred Heart. Typically, this is the queen beast. This one is when it's in the area of the heart. I think this is we gotta open our hearts up a little bit. Okay, as we move up into the area of personal truth, come on, cards, get up here. We got a Knight of Wands, so that's good. Being straightforward about your intentions. That's what this card speaks to me. Some of you are going to be being very straightforward with people this week, and that's good. Your intentions are not hidden. It's very well known what your desires are and what you're going to want to do. So make that work for you, I think. And as well, it shows strength here, and it shows strength through action. And it shows utilizing your resources around you. This is a very resourceful person. This is fire sign energy as well, and this could be a business partnership. I see this more as like a business partner, maybe a younger person, maybe a helper. Maybe you have an employee or someone that you really trust, like in a position of management or a position of taking care of your personal affairs. This person can be trusted, and this person may bring you a really good message this week as well, as long as you're direct with them. So that's kind of good to have in personal truth there, that Knight of Wands. All right, and then as we look at our soul, oh, wow, really good. When I say soul, I mean soul journeying, spiritual visioning, that kind of thing. The Hermit's really good. I think it relates back here to this King of Pentacles and you being satisfied in your security, and then again this uncertain and a creative spiritual aspect of not knowing what other areas of life, what could we bring into our life that would make it more fulfilling. And this here is showing that we really got to look inward to find that. This is showing here that if you've been single for a very long time and you've reached a point of acceptance with it, now it's time to generate new attractions and new things coming into your life. It's almost as if, though, some of you, this is a heavier energy of searching out life's purpose, life's meaning beyond we're just here to live and breathe and eat and fart and make money. This is more so why are we really here? So I really encourage you, Tauruses, that are feeling this way, to connect with family and to go out on a limb, so to speak. Maybe go on a date. Maybe get involved with a community. Some of you, this isolation might be a little overwhelming, I have a feeling for, but definitely positive, because you will get answers. The Hermit is always saying, and he's showing up with a Hangman. This is heavy duty, because you got the Fate, and then you've got the internalizing, becoming the Grandmaster of your own self, self-actualization card, through internalizing, through going within to find answers. So this is heavier energy, and surrounded by you, the King of Pentacles in your gut. So you're traditionally straight up action, straight up, I'm going to do it, I'm going to move forward. So now Tarot is saying, all right, something may occur here in the heart, in terms of how you're feeling and your emotions, to cause you to go, on this creative spiritual journey to find what it is your life's purpose is. And this is a heavy message from Tarot this week for you guys. More so than a weekly reading. I would expect to see cards for you like this come up in a yearly or a monthly, but this is coming up in the 7 days. So there could be something big happening this week, is the feeling I'm getting here. Especially with her being in here in your heart, that this Queen of Swords. It doesn't have to be a her, it could be a him, like we were talking about people, but I mean the card. Like with this card here in your Sacred Heart, this could be a surprise, like a shakeup. But you're good, you're rooted here. It's a pretty good grounding. And we have this Five of Cups and the overall energy. So as we come back to this shakeup could come back to help you get you out of this being a little bit too narrowly focused. And this could be on your business. This could be on yourself. Things of that nature. And this shakeup that's coming could be causing a lot of these larger transformative activities to begin, right? This one's saying we don't have much control, but we'll be visioning and spirit questing to attain that control and knowledge, to find out what that is all about. Like, I have a feeling like business-wise, you people are creative to begin with, but it feels like we've got really just one little pip card here and a 6. Everything else has been court and majors. So I have this feeling like whatever's coming along to shake you up, even though you're a creative, fair person, you're definitely going to be like a new avenue, a new route for some of you in the very near future. And the beginnings of that are happening this week with the shakeup. And there it is, crown energy coming down from the universe. A Two of Wands, I just said it. A new journey, a new path, a difference in direction. And that's coming for you, Taurus. And it's coming soon. This is in a weekly reading. So I think a lot of you can expect some serious surprises. Whether or not you adjust to it or follow it, that could take some longer time. But I think that the wheels are really going to start moving forward in motion here. It shows you're wise. It shows you know what you're doing. And it shows that there is definitely some enlightenment and some good reward to come by this change in direction for you. So be ready for it, Taurus. Something's going to happen this week that's really gonna shake you up, but you won't be shook, so to speak, right? Continuing on more so here, there's a little bit, there's duality here, there's duality there, there's duality here. So this change in direction is definitely coming, okay? We're going to get you, we're going to get you out of this funk. We're going to get some enlightenment coming your way, but it's going to mean some changes. All right, Taurus, hope you enjoyed this reading. Hope we cleared up some things for you. And yeah, this week went by so fast. I'm sure next week will too. So we're going to be seeing you in the very near future. I'm very curious to see what this is for you guys next week. All right, bye now.